And there it is, the Roland SH-101. It became somewhat of a routine. A few days before every show, I went over to Android's place, picked it up, took it home, and tried it out, just to see if anything needed fixing. Because, just like me, this is a fairly old piece of equipment. It's been a good companion to me over the years. I've done about 50 or, 70 live shows with this thing all over Europe. We never bought a flight case for it, just this bag of some sort. The background history to all of this is that back in '99 I needed a better synth to play solos on, and Android, being afraid that I would go on stage with something terrible like a Korg M1 or a DX7, said that, hey, why don't you use my SH-101 instead? It had battery power, so I thought, of course, you can hook it up to a wireless system so that you could freely move about on stage, just like Kirk Hammett. Johan didn't say anything about the whole thing, he just looks good. Whereas me, I need to do something to get chicks after the show. Anyway, instead of the huge Marshall thing, I used this old Boss effect. It has all the distortion and reverbs and delays and better than nothing guitar amp simulator. But best of all, it has a built-in tuner, which is very needed when playing live with analog gear. The SH-101 was manufactured sometime in the early 1980s, so I guess it's a bit too late to form a complaint to Roland about the construction of this thing. Seems like Roland never considered that people was actually going to take this on tour and play with it. They placed a guitar grip on it, and that just means that the SH-101 just begs to be mishandled. The entire construction is held together with plastic nuts underneath, which very easily break. There is no spare parts for an oldie like this, so you have to improvise. I've opened it up a few times and fixed things with the chassis and all, but I even think there's a piece of wood underneath that hood. So each time I hung the SH-101 over my shoulder and was going out on stage, I tried to make it look like I was handling it just like a sturdy Gibson Les Paul, but in fact I had to be very careful with it. On the other hand, the good things are that the inside components are great. It works just as well now as it did brand new back in 1984. I'm gonna do one last show with this thing, but it hasn't been powered up for almost a year, so let's see. And it lives.